Good evening. To the untrained eye, it looks like I have a little bit of pseudo-cream on my nose, when in fact I actually have a shit ton, half a tub, what looks like on my nose. Since the last time I spoke to this camera, not an awful lot has changed with myself. As for my loved ones, they're all just leaving me. Mum's gone back to Paris, we covered that. Charlotte too, my sister, she's gone back to Paris, but I believe she's coming back to Belfast at the end of this week coming. Yeah, Chris, she left 2 days ago to go to Magaluf with two of her single friends, which I, of course, am delighted with. As much as I want her to have an incredible time, I just hope she doesn't meet anyone with a clearer nose than me. I have work starting tomorrow at 5:45 in the morning, so I'm going to get a little bit of kip, have a coffee to spark me up, and yeah, that's it. I'll see you in work. So, I've just finished work. There's only so much you can record when on reception. It's just kind of me greeting people. What is a bit more exciting than watching me say hello to people and welcoming them in through the doors of Gymco Finnegy is the fact that today I'm starting a new adventure as a dancer. In short, one of the girls from the gym asked me if I could dance. I, being the cocky and arrogant little shit that I am, said yes, of course I can. And she asked if I wanted to take part in a charity sort of dancing event, and you can't really say no to charity. If you do, that's just a one-way ticket to hell. I also like the idea of a challenge, and for me, I honestly can't dance. I did lie to her. So yeah, I'm going to learn how to dance. I'm going to raise a little bit of money for a good cause, and that is it in a nutshell. If I had to stereotype that group that I was with tonight, it was kind of like I was in Glee. They were that sort. They were very flamboyant, out there, creative, which I enjoyed because I've never really been in a group of people like that for that length of time. So yeah, it was nice to immerse myself in a different sort of community, if you will. And it was almost galvanizing, having all that energy around me, because I'm very, very laid back to the extent that I'm a lazy, pig. I'm just disgusting. So to have those clean-cut people that were very cha-cha-cha, it was different. Anyway, let's go back to basics. Why am I doing this? Firstly, I like challenges. I'm not going to say I push the boat out every single day. I'm not one of those insatiable people that has to, hit a PB and everything, has to read a book per week. I just like to challenge myself doing things that I think I'll enjoy, and dancing, I've never really danced, but I think I will enjoy that. Second reason, and this is one I found out as a follow-up, I jumped into this blindly. I didn't know what we were raising funds for, but it is for a charity that I'd sort of heard of before, and that is the foundation organization that is called Cause. That's CAUSE. And basically what they do is they provide emotional support for those caring for family, friends, peers that are suffering from mental health issues, or have perhaps suffered, past tense, from mental health illnesses or issues. And that is something that is poignant for me because I have cared for a family member that has gone through a horrible time, and that was my sister. I'm not going to beat around the bush. My sister had just a couple of years where things just didn't go as well as what we sort of anticipated, because my sister, she's like this straight A student. She's great looking. She's very, very social, very, very out there, confident, bubbly, and she just sort of capitulated. She had just a bad run of years, and as difficult as it was for her, I found that trying to look after my sister, and I say look after, I mean visit my sister twice a day, whilst holding down a full-time job, I found that very, very draining, because I would be going to my sister, who was just not the same, the times that I saw her. As I said, she's up on her feet now. She's so much better than where she was, but it was so psychologically, mentally, and at times physically draining. Just going to see someone that wasn't as fit and able as they used to be, and it's almost like a domino effect. If you hang around people that aren't as bubbly, vibrant. I mean, if I think about that group that I was with today, if I was to hang around with them more often, I'd probably become very much like in your face fucking. No, I don't know. You know what I mean? Though I'd probably dance more. Let's just keep it simple. I would dance more if I hung out with them. Similarly, if you hang out with people that drink excessively every single day, you're probably gonna have a couple more drinks. Maybe you're not gonna binge drink with them all the time, but you're more than likely going to pick up their traits. They'll rub off on you, and likewise you'll rub off on them. And with my sister, I felt that I would leave, her ward when I went to visit her, and I would feel horrible. It would be so nice to spend time with her. When we had great personal time, it was lovely, but there's times I'd leave the ward and I'd be so upset because I felt like I was not talking to a brick wall, but I was punching a brick wall. I couldn't get through the wall itself, and I didn't know how thick this wall was. I didn't know when my wrists were just going to give out and break. I felt like I was going nowhere, but I kept trying and I kept trying. And after a while, my mental health, again, this isn't just about me, but my physical and mental well-being deteriorated with time. And what I found so helpful, I think for me it was the most helpful thing, certainly for my family as well. I found that they found it very useful to talk to others that had been in a similar position or were in the same boat at the time. So for me, I would talk to families. I'd meet them in like the sort of foyer area when they were going to visit, their relatives, their friends in that ward that my sister was in. And it was nice to talk to people who were in exactly the same boat. They were going to the same ward as you at the same times, each and every day. They were going, or whoever they were visiting, they were going through a similar thing to my sister. And being able to have those conversations in which you can provide support for them, they can advise you, and vice versa. It was just so nice, because you'll get generic advice from friends, and there's a lot of people that perhaps haven't been in the same boat as you, and they'll give you advice like, keep your chin up, do this, do that. And I love that. I love people showing concern and people showing, progressive intent or positive intent. But it's just not the same as having someone that has been there, done that, got the t-shirt. And as well as providing support themselves, they also provide opportunities for people that were in my position, people that are looking after, visiting people in their families, in their circles that have those mental illnesses. They provide an opportunity for carers to meet up with other carers, and I think that is beyond, it had the most positive effect on me. And it was only through really sharing my experience and my story that I got to meet more and more people. And I mean people that I'd never ever thought of, like people in school that weren't in my social circle, people in the greater Belfast area. I had people reach out to me on Facebook, YouTube, and so on, and it was just really nice. And I just liked that opportunity to spill the beans with people that could resonate with everything that I was saying. I could resonate with them, and we could just advise each other with obviously those volunteering for cause. I haven't really put that into the most concise points, so I know there'll be people that are tired of me talking shit. I'll just link down below their website. It'll probably be a lot easier. They have a bio, a synopsis. I'll link you to that. I just beat the fuck out of Jack Rochette. He is, what age are you now? 16. What weight?
69 kilo.
69 kilos, so we're pretty much the same age, same size. So it was a fair fight, which I convincingly won. Because I slapped the absolute head off young Jack here, he is taking me out for lunch, and we're in the Devonish Arms, in which we get 50% off because we're staff. We're part of Gymco Group. Dun, what a man. Oh no. We will do an honest food review. Tastes like shit. No, I'm done. Charlotte is home from Paris, and she has just ascertained a job in a well-known coffee establishment. Can you just show us how you'd like to greet someone?
No, Alex.
Please.
No.
Hey man, I'm looking for a flat white. So run this sweet idea by me once more.
Yeah, but get the airport bus from Belfast, Euroboo or wherever you can get it, and it'll drop you off in a park and ride called Ballymartin, and then we'll drive to the place.
Sorry, I didn't get your name.
Alex, I beg your pardon. Nice to meet you. Congratulations again, mate. Oopsie.